Do you feel like your legs are weaker than they used to be? Maybe you're holding onto the counter to stand up, or you hesitate before stairs. You're not imagining it, and you're not alone. After 65, leg strength can decline faster than people realize, even if you're still walking every day. Today we're covering why this happens, and 3 simple chair exercises you can do at home, no gym and no equipment needed, to help rebuild that strength safely. The great news? Leg strength is one of the most trainable things at any age. Adults in their 70s, 80s, and beyond can rebuild real strength with consistent, simple movement. Here's something most people don't know. Walking alone doesn't fully protect your leg strength as you age. Walking is great for your heart and your endurance, but it mostly uses the same small range of motion, over and over. Meanwhile, the muscles that help you stand up from a chair catch your balance if you stumble or climb a step. Those need to be challenged in different ways, or they slowly weaken. This muscle loss has a name, sarcopenia, and it can start affecting balance and independence years before most people notice it. This kind of decline often happens gradually, which is exactly why it can catch people off guard. You don't necessarily notice it day to day, only when you look back and realize simple tasks feel harder than they used to. The good news is that this kind of weakness responds really well to simple, targeted movement. Even just a few minutes a day, done consistently, can make a real difference. Before we get into the exercises, a quick safety note. If you have a chair, make sure it's sturdy, doesn't have wheels, and is against a wall or in a corner so it can't slide. If you have any joint replacements, recent surgery, severe balance issues, or heart conditions, it's worth checking with your doctor before starting a new exercise routine. These movements are gentle, but it's always better to get a green light first, especially if you haven't been active in a while. A simple warm-up can help too. A minute or 2 of ankle circles and shoulder rolls gets blood flowing before you begin, and makes the exercises feel more comfortable. If anything causes sharp pain, not just muscle effort, stop and rest. Exercise 1, the sit to stand. This is one of the most useful exercises for real-life strength, because it's literally the movement you use every time you get up from a chair, a couch, or your bed. Sit toward the front of your chair, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Lean slightly forward and push through your feet to stand all the way up. Then slowly lower yourself back down with control. Don't just drop into the seat. If this feels too hard at first, use your hands on the armrests for support, and work toward doing it without your hands over time. A common mistake is using momentum by rocking forward quickly. Instead, focus on pushing steadily through your heels. If it's too difficult at first, try a slightly higher, firmer chair, which makes standing up easier while you build strength. Aim for 8 to 10 repetitions. This single movement strengthens your thighs, hips, and core all at once, and directly protects your ability to get up safely on your own. Exercise 2. Seated leg extensions. This one targets the muscles at the front of your thigh, which play a big role in stabilizing your knees when you walk or climb stairs. Sit tall in your chair, feet flat on the floor. Slowly straighten one leg out in front of you until it's as straight as comfortably possible. Hold for a second or 2, then lower it back down with control. Repeat 10 times, then switch to the other leg. Keep the movement slow. The slower you lower your leg, the more your muscles have to work, which means better results without needing any extra weight. You can make this more challenging over time by adding a 1 or 2 second pause at the top of the movement, right when your leg is fully extended. That extra hold builds even more strength without needing any weights. Exercise 3. Seated marching. This one builds hip and thigh strength while also getting your heart rate up a little, which supports circulation and balance together. Sit toward the front of your chair with your back straight. Lift one knee up toward your chest, then lower it back down, and alternate legs like you're marching in place while seated. Try to keep a steady, controlled pace rather than rushing. 20 to 30 seconds of marching is a great starting point, and you can build up from there as it gets easier. Breathe naturally throughout, and this exercise is also a nice way to get your blood moving if you've been sitting for a while during the day. This move is especially useful because it mimics the hip and knee motion you use every time you climb a step. Once these 3 exercises start to feel easier, here's how to keep progressing safely. You can add light ankle weights, sold at most pharmacies, starting with just 1 or 2 pounds around each ankle for the leg extensions and marching. You can also slow down each repetition even further, since the slower and more controlled the movement, the more your muscles are working throughout. Another option is increasing your repetitions gradually, moving from 8 to 12 on the site to stand, or extending your marching time from 30 seconds up to a full minute. The key is small, steady increases over weeks, not sudden jumps. Your body adapts best to gradual, consistent challenge. So to recap, the sit to stand for real-life functional strength, seated leg extensions for knee stability, and seated marching for hip strength and balance. You don't need all 3 every day to see benefits. Even doing this routine just 3 to 4 times a week can start making a noticeable difference in how steady and confident you feel on your feet within a few weeks. Consistency matters more than intensity here. A few minutes done regularly beats a long workout done once in a while. If this helped, subscribe for more simple, natural ways to stay strong and independent after 65. New videos every week. And if you know someone who could use a boost in strength and confidence, share this video with them too.